Of the Hive, Chapter 6, Part 3. Rainbow Dash snickered.
I hear the Big Mac keeps Smarty Pants. Oh, was that the name of my old doll?
The Scion Mare tilted her head.
You forgot some random stuff, but yeah. Anyways, why don't we head down to the library? Spike's been dying to see you ever since we got word of your visit.
Of them all, Twilight remembered Spike the least.
I'm sure he does.
She replied flatly.
Let's get going.
After replacing her disguise, Twilight and Ratchet followed Rainbow Dash to the Golden Oaks Library. As Rainbow led the way, Twilight glanced around at the various hauntingly familiar sights and sounds of Ponyville. Twilight hesitated in front of the large tree home. A powerful wave of nostalgia heralded a migraine, and she fell back on her haunches. Rainbow and Ratchet quickly came to her side. Years of memories surrounding this tree were finally recovered.
What's wrong?
Rainbow remembered just in time not to say her name in public as of yet.
I'm fine.
Twilight got back on all fours and shook her head to clear her thoughts.
I always get headaches when memories come back.
Rainbow's eyes glinted with predatory delight.
Oh? So did you remember that one night stand with Lucky?
Twilight racked her recovered memories.
I didn't do anything like that, did I?
She looked to Ratchet, who shrugged, then to Rainbow, who abruptly burst in uproarious laughter and fell on her back.
You should see the look on your face! Priceless! So I never did any of that?
Twilight asked, cautiously, and Rainbow's laughter died.
No, you didn't. I was just kidding. So I don't have to worry about any pony claiming to be my cult friend. Are you kidding? You were too busy sticking your snout in books to get a cult friend.
Rather than feel indignant, Twilight mulled sullenly over her friend's words.
I almost died not knowing what it's like to fall in love. I'd rather avoid doing that again.
Rainbow Dash watched her friend walk into the library.
What does she mean by that?
Twilight entered the library only to be grabbed inside by a pair of pink hooves.
Twilight, you're here! You're actually here!
The purple changeling was being shaken so bad that she could barely make out the pink blur in front of her.
You're alive again! So that means that you need a party for that, but you're also a changeling, so I need a party for that too. Oh, and you're so tall too!
Applejack dragged Pinky away from Twilight.
Oh, simmer down, Pinky. Last I checked, changelings still need air.
While Ratchet sensed no serious distress from Twilight as she flopped on the floor without a disguise, he felt compelled to at least ask.
Is this normal for ponies? Well, maybe for my friends.
Applejack studied Twilight's appearance, while Fluttershy and Pinky did the same with more enthusiasm. The shy Pegasus meekly pulled Twilight to her hooves.
It's so nice to see that you're okay.
Applejack frowned at Twilight's fangs and slightly intimidating crimson gossamer wings, but it was Twilight's altered cutie mark that turned it into a scowl.
So, Twi, how much of us do you remember?
The purple changeling was a little put off by Applejack's curt demeanor.
Well, I don't know if I remember most or just a little bit of it all, but...
Scampering feet ran in from the basement and Spike plowed his way through the crowding mares to jump at the purple changeling.
Twilight!
He latched onto her and held on for dear life.
I thought I'd never see you again!
I think I'm gonna have some cracked ribs after this.
Twilight cringed painfully while hugging him back.
I miss you too, Spike.
She knew what to say, but couldn't attach any real feelings behind it. Spike looked pleadingly into her eyes. The fangs and reptilian slits meant nothing to a dragon. Hearing his voice and seeing his face almost made her drop Spike as a storm of memories nearly overwhelmed her. Twilight grimaced as she started hissing in pain again. The other mares forgot their misgivings immediately, and Fluttershy voiced a shared question.
What's wrong? Did we hurt something?
Ratchet moved in to try and comfort her, but Applejack intercepted him.
Who are you supposed to be? Did you do this to her?
He tried to keep from matching her hostility.
Twilight has pain whenever she recovers more of her memories. It'll fade shortly. That still doesn't explain who you are. You here to keep her on a leash?
Rainbow forcibly separated Applejack from Ratchet.
Take it easy, AJ. Ratchet is like Twi's bodyguard or something. He's cool.
When Twilight blinked away at the spots in her eyes, she saw a fretful baby dragon waiting for her. However, this time he was met with a sisterly smile.
Spike!
She squashed him in a hug and nuzzled him.
I can't believe how much I'd forgotten about you!
Pinkie Pie saw this as a great opportunity and pulled all the mares into a big group hug.
We are so totally having a Twilight's back party!
Applejack's expression softened, and she slowly let herself get pulled into the hug. Twilight was content to soak up every last drop of freely given love. She felt a few faint cramps in her gut, but ignored them. Pinkie Pie raced to the kitchen and pulled out all kinds of party streamers, a filled punch bowl, and several party games.
Come on, every pony! We've got a reunion to celebrate!
The hug broke up with everyone except Rarity and Fluttershy trying to pull Twilight towards the game. With Twilight being forcibly preoccupied by everyone, Ratchet stayed out of the way, and gave the 6 mares and 1 dragon a chance to catch up on lost time. The next 2 hours gave him a fascinating look into equestrians.
Now I know where Twilight gets that penchant for physical affection. It's good to see her fears of rejection were unfounded.
However, he noticed that Rarity always kept her distance.
Not too surprising, I guess. Mother's report on equestrians said that they can be slow to adapt to new species.
One thing that took him by surprise was the sheer amount of love being directed at Twilight. There was so much, it was spilling over the link.
Astoundingly, they're clearly not romantically inclined, and yet their love seems just as potent.
He sent a query to the local love collectors.
So the collectors focus almost exclusively on romantic love. Perhaps we've been neglecting an entirely different flavor of love this whole time. I must tell the queen immediately.
While Ratchet shared his findings with Cadista, Twilight was in the middle of a game of Truth or Dare, and the bottle pointed at her. Applejack grinned.
Okay, Twa, truth or dare?
Twilight was scared by the farmer's sinister grin, and the bloated feelings that she was getting in her abdomen was only making it worse.
Truth. So, what's the deal with Gray and Silent over there?
Ratchet suddenly found himself at the center of attention. Twilight sent him a good-humored laugh over the link.
He's Ratchet. Didn't some pony tell you? No, that's not what I meant. Is he your bodyguard, or just some pony who likes to study us all at night? Ratchet, come over here. You don't need to stay away for my benefit. He's my engineering instructor and companion. I don't know how to play pony games. You do me too much honor, Twilight. I'm just a simple engineer.
Twilight smirked and sent him all of the rules to the various games Pinky had planned.
You do now? Oh, nonsense, you're a great instructor!
Rarity raised an eyebrow, but said nothing. Pinky was up in a flash and dragged him into the circle of friends.
If you're Twilight's friend, then you're my friend too.
Rainbow Dash placed the bottle in front of him.
Do changelings know how to play Truth or Dare?
He glanced at a grinning Twilight.
I do, actually.
He spun the bottle with his hoof and it landed on Rarity.
Truth or Dare?
She suppressed a shudder.
Truth, darling. Why do you keep giving Twilight nice strange looks?
He asked evenly.
I beg your pardon, I most certainly do not.
She hastily replied. Twilight was about to give him a dirty look when Applejack spoke.
That's the biggest lie I've heard all week, spill it.
Rarity was doing an admirable job keeping an insulted mask on her face while her friends bore down on her. Suddenly, Twilight felt something large shift in her gut and an urgent need for privacy.
Guys, I need to go to the little filly's room. I'll be back in a bit.
Twilight's excursion gave Rarity only a brief moment of respite from the intense scrutiny of her friends.
Well, you see...
Twilight found the bathroom and locked herself inside. She felt cramps between her legs and started to panic.
What's happening to me?
Something shifted inside a part of her anatomy that she didn't know existed, and she was overcome with the urge to push whatever had lodged itself inside her abdomen out.
Celestia, this doesn't feel right. What's going on? Why does it feel like something's about to...
At that moment, after a short period of undignified grunting and whimpering, the object of her discomfort was expelled onto the washroom throw rug.
Oh, Celestia came out of my vagina. What is going on?
Twilight's distress was so extreme, every changeling in town could hear her frantic thoughts. Unfortunately, before she could precisely see what she had ejected from her nether regions, a second object started pushing against her abdomen, and then a third, and a fourth.
You have to let me explain. I was simply trying to see what kind of alterations I would need to make Twilight's wardrobe, that's all.
Rainbow Dash saw disbelief in Applejack's eyes and turned back to the fashionista.
It's called Truth or Dare, Rarity, fess up.
Ratchet's concentration was broken as he sensed a sharp spike of distress emanating from Twilight. Trying to stay calm, he excused himself from the group and flew towards the bathroom. Naturally, the moment Ratchet left the room, all it took was a silent nod from Rainbow Dash for the rest of her friends to follow suit. Ratchet followed Twilight's presence in the link and was about to knock and ask if she was alright when he heard her screaming over the link.
It came out of my vagina, what's going on?
The implications of that phrase hit Ratchet like a lightning bolt.
Twilight's going through her first Elaine?
Not knowing what to do, he decided it would be best for everyone to leave her alone until she finished. Bolting back to the stairs, he nearly collided with Rainbow Dash.
Where are you going in such a hurry, huh?
He was a second too slow in responding.
I just thought that Twilight was distressed about something, but she assured me it was nothing serious. Is that right? Then why don't we go check on her, huh?
Applejack pulled Rainbow Dash back to the ground.
Dash, do you really want to walk in on her while she's taking care of business?
Rarity stepped up before the Pegasus could respond.
Honestly, darling, let the poor girl have some privacy. Okay, gosh, I just want to make sure that she was alright.
Fluttershy came forward and started leading Rainbow Dash back down the stairs.
Don't be upset, Rainbow. We're all still getting used to Twilight being back.
Twilight bent forward to catch her breath, having finally rid herself of the 4 objects that had caused her so much distress.
Please, no, please, 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 don't be what I think this is.
She slowly turned around to find 4 grapefruit-sized, semi-transparent purple eggs resting on the formerly off-white rug. A primal fear coursed through her veins, and she finally realized what she was looking at.
Ratchet!
The drone fell over, the intensity of the summons catching him off guard. The group had trotted back into the living room and had nearly sat down when Ratchet abruptly reversed course. He sped back towards the bathroom and collided with Pinkie Pie at the foot of the stairs. Scrambling to his hooves, he raced back upstairs. Pinkie rubbed her sore flank while yelling at him.
Hey, what was that for?
Applejack scowled.
Okay, something weird's going on. Come on, y'all, we're getting some answers.
He burst into the bathroom to find Twilight frozen, staring at 4 purple eggs resting next to her hooves. Her mouth hung slightly agape as though she was having trouble processing what had just happened.
Oh, bloody Tartarus, how do I speak to her after she just transitioned into a proto-queen? Twilight? Are you okay?
She looked up at him with bewildered eyes.
I laid eggs, Ratchet. What do I do?
Before he could reply, a chorus of voices called out behind him.
She did what?
Pinkie arrived last, but couldn't see anything from behind the wall of bodies.
Why do I get the feeling Twilight needs a second party?
I'm still wondering if she fugged, or if that's just naturally how it works. Anyway, let's get on to our spectacular donators. Top donators are 630, Peter Coulthard, J Tinman, Darkside, and Only One Thing. Rayden, Narwhals, Blackmoonheart, Pastel Skies, Austin Rollins, Crazy Keller 557, Stu Hex, Sword Brother and Mordred, Amikon Library, Will, Chris, Twinkie, Hadzaza, Dospo, and many more fantastic people. Thank you all so much for watching this video and live life to the fullest.